Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing another episode of D Rank Warriors, and today's episode is going to be featuring Whimsicott. So you might be wondering, why is Whimsicott ranked so low? It's usually really good on grass. But the thing is, Whimsicott on grass and Whimsicott on fairy are two completely different beasts. Because you see, Whimsicott on grass is a main sunsetter and also an offense keeper with Tailwind, Encore, and also Sunny Day, obviously. And because of that, it carves out a really, really solid niche because it allows an entire archetype of the type to actually work properly, and that archetype happens to be very good. So that's why it's ranked high on grass. However, on fairy, Sun is not nearly as good. And in fact, Sun is just not really beneficial since you have Ninetales Alola, who should be your main weather setter and sets screens for the type. And you don't really want to be interfering with that. And none of these Pokemon directly benefit from Sun anyway, even with the lowered damage from water type attacks. None of these Pokemon really heavily benefit from that. So at that point, you're using it for arbitrary reasons. So what does Whimsicott do on fairy, I hear you asking? Well, we'll go find out now. So Whimsicott on fairy runs two sets. You can either run this Subleech set, which is the most useful set, thanks to its defensive utility and ability to check threats like Dracofish and just Dragon types in general, as well as outspeeding Hydreigon perfectly and hitting it with a really hard Moon Blast that should OHKO it every time. It's also got it has enough speed to outspeed Hydreigon, as I mentioned before, and it also stalls out and takes HP from a lot of Pokemon. It can be very, very annoying to deal with, and it's one of the few defensive tools that BO fairy teams can actually use. And because of its grass typing, it can switch into a lot and offload wall. Well, not necessarily wall, but basically stall in front of a lot of types and a lot of Pokemon. And because of that, Whimsicott carves out a niche. Alternatively, you can use a support set that's similar to what it uses on fairy, except it doesn't have Sunny Day. You can have Encore, Tailwind, Memento, and U-Turn. Tailwind doesn't really benefit anyone specifically, except for maybe in front of a weather person like a Barraskewda or a Swampert, and allowing basically Gardevoir to actually outspeed them and use Energy Ball maybe, but that's the only thing I can think of. You also have U-Turn to pivot out and give all these buffs away. You also have Memento to help your Pokemon set up, which is especially helpful for Hatterene and Grimmsnarl. This set is useful, but it's not the best because of how not really practical it is, and just because of how much better the other set is than it. So you can use the set, but I wouldn't recommend it. Also, Focus Sash is a personal choice. You can use leftovers or any other item you wish. Just make sure it actually benefits the Pokemon and isn't just arbitrary. But yeah, on the team we have today, we have Whimsicott on a balanced offense team. Well, not really balanced offense, but screens offense. With a Aurora Veil, Ninetales, Combine Hatterene, Bulk Up Grimmsnarl, Scarf Gardevoir, and Mimikyu. And with Whimsicott, what it does on this team is basically to stop Dracofish from completely sweeping the team, thanks to its grass typing and its ability to stall it out with Leech Seed. So yeah, that's its main niche. Besides Dracofish, it also helps a lot against ground because it stops certain Pokemon from just spamming ground moves all the time. It still loses to Excadrill really, really hard, but we still have Grimmsnarl and Mimikyu to help check down and wear down Excadrill if we can. We also have Ninetales to disrupt sand, so the matchup can be doable, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But yeah, that's what Whimsicott does on this team, so without further ado, let's go head into some games. So the first match we get is against Psychic, and Psychic is a pretty even enemy, if I do say so myself. We do have to worry about Orbeetle though, because it has webs, and it can be very, very annoying when we have a very annoying Pokemon return with Hatterene. And we're also not running Fairy Stab on Hatterene because everything else uses Fairy Stab, and I feel like we need more coverage against more types, so Giga Drain and Swim Fire are reused over, definitely. but without further ado, let's go into... because we want to make sure we threaten out any possible threats that they can throw out at us, so let's go into Ninetales and set up screens. Alright, so we learned that this guy is actually not faster than us. Or I think so. Yeah, he's not faster than us because he didn't trace the ability, so we know that we're faster. So he must either be Specs or some other strain set. But yeah, we figured that out real quick. I don't really know who to go into though. If he's Specs, I think Grimmsnarl would be the right choice. Alright, so he's definitely a defensive Mii set. Yeah, for sure defensive. We're gonna go into Hatterene. Prevent that taunt. We're gonna use Mystical Fire because Jirachi's obvious. Okay, he doesn't use Jirachi yet. We know he's gonna go into him eventually. Okay, he still doesn't go into Jirachi. We'll put in Ninetales again. Click Moonblast. Okay, he's gonna be annoying. And use Substitute. I really don't know what you're accomplishing with this, but okay. Nice crit though. We're gonna go into Whimsicott here. Because we don't really have a switch in for Ironhead BS. We're gonna switch into Hatterene because we don't want webs. You know, we don't want webs, so I'm gonna use Mystical Fire against Orbeetle here. I'm gonna Calm Mind in front of Mew, use Giga Drain to hopefully get some HP back. We get some back, but not a lot. Mystical Fire here to catch Jirachi. We get Jirachi. Nice, nice. Fortunately, we still run into the Specs Gardevoir, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to sack here because I'm not comfortable with throwing this into anything else. So we're gonna Mystical Fire it. It kills, as expected. So we're gonna put up another Aurora Veil. And now we're gonna spam Blast. Alright, Orbeetle died. Found out what item I am. Alright, so he's gonna be obnoxious with that. Doesn't matter, we have Leech Seed. Of course it misses though. And now he taunts us. Great. Oh, and he also knocked off our thing from before, so now we can't use that. We're just gonna go to Gardevoir. Alright, he's now lowered his effectiveness of his leftovers, so we're gonna spam Moonblast. That's interesting. Okay, we're gonna use Moonblast. We get the lower, thank God, because I think that would have killed us otherwise. Yeah, that definitely would have killed us otherwise. I think we could have revenge killed with Grimmsnarl though. I could be wrong. Alright, let's see if this is Scarf. Yep, this is Scarf. This is actually not a good position for us because now we have to worry about yeah, we have to worry about a lot here. Hopefully we don't get destroyed by those. Actually, since we know he's Scarf, we could just go for a Greedy Bulk Up. And since he's weak, yeah, we'll just go for a Greedy Bulk Up here. Alright, now we're gonna do for Darkness Lariat. Hopefully we're... Okay, we're not faster whatsoever. We're gonna get burned. Interesting move. Alright, well now we Sucker Punch him, he gets KO'd, and we win the rest of the game. GG. He misplayed up until the end because he didn't send out in DD again. And I also did not use my main tool in winning this MBU in Mimikyu whatsoever, which is quite hilarious. Oh, and it was against a high ladder player. Even better. So yeah, Whimsicott can work even against the highest level players, guys. But yeah, we'll move on to the next match. Still impressed that I didn't have to use that once. So we're up against Water, who actually has Ludicolo, and that's going to be quite annoying because Whimsicott usually can Leech Seed for free, but not in front of Ludicolo because Ludicolo is a Grass type, which means he's immune to Leech Seed, and that is not good for us at all, especially if we want to outstall this team. Also, he has Cloyster, who is very, very scary, and Pelipper, who is very, very annoying. Also, Ninetales is really fast, and Pelipper's Rain will outspeed it every time, so leading with it actually isn't that bad, because if Pelipper is Scarf, I actually hit him. Hold on. Don't want people talking. So we're gonna lead with Ninetales here, because if he's Scarf, his Rain will go first. Okay, so he's not Scarf. We know that now. Freeze Dry is free here. Alright, turns out he's Sash, and I hope he's not Hydro Pump. He is not, thank goodness. We're gonna Freeze Dry again. His Rain is now completely gone. Ludicolo comes out. Technically Whimsicott completely walls this guy, but we all know he probably has Ice Beam, so I'll still send Whimsicott out. He's LO, so we're gonna Protect first, then Substitute. We already saw that happen, so we're gonna go and... Oh wait, we predicted the Ice Beam, so we just need to go into Ninetales. Or we're gonna sub up actually, because I don't trust this guy. Alright, so we're gonna Protect again. Mainly because I don't trust that he's going to do the same move every time. Alright, we're gonna go into Ninetales this turn. Hopefully he doesn't use a different move. Alright, he used that again. We're gonna Freeze Dry, we outspeed Ludicolo, he should die. And after that we can set up Aurora Veil. Alright, here comes the Aurora Veil. Do I want to save Ninetales? Well, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of threatening Pokemon, so we'll just switch out to Hatterene. He, for some reason, did not use Toxic there. I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but whatever. We're going to use Giga Drain. Lantern should give us a healthy amount of HP. He still spams Thunderbolt for some reason. I don't understand why. Dies from Hail, because Hail goes first before Leftovers. Sent out Pex. Not sure what Pex is going to do to me, but we're going to Calm Mind in front of it, and then Psyshock. That's the play here, I believe. I feel like I don't want to lose my main thing for Quagsire, though, so... But we do still have Ninetales, but it's very low. Yeah, you know what, I'll just go hard switch into Gardevoir here because he's not using Toxic. Of course he used Toxic for some reason. Whatever, we'll just use Psychic. He has Baneful Bunker as well to scout. How cute. I'm still not sure why he used Toxic there, because I could have just Calm Minded and he would have lost even harder. But whatever, I guess he does him. We'll hard switch into Hatterene because he shouldn't stay in. Oh, I guess we grit him, but it didn't really matter because he was getting 2 hit KO'd anyway. He's hard switches into Ludicolo now. He sets Rain. That doesn't do anything for him, like, at all. I don't know why he did that. But we're gonna see him do that. Hex comes out. We're gonna Psyshock that. We're gonna Psyshock that, as I said. Even though it probably won't kill because it hits the defense stat instead of the psychic stat. I mean the special defense stat, excuse me. Hatterene's really slow. Alright, and the reason I'm using Psyshock is because I want to hit physically defensive Pokemon better. I mean, not physically defensive, especially defensive Pokemon better. So like Lantern, for example, who else? Mantine. I forget who else specifically I wanted to check with this, but basically it's just know that the general gist is to outspeed, well not outspeed, but yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, Cloyster was probably Rocky Helmet, and I just got really lucky by not getting clinched by that. Great! So now we have finally successfully 6-0'd him. And that is how you beat water, with Ludicolo. To be honest, I don't know what he was doing with most of that game, because he was making very predictable plays, he never really switched it up, and he really, it was just so easy to read him. Well, except for that one play with Toxapex with him pressing Toxic from the Hatterene, who has shown that they can switch moves and has leftovers. Not completely sure why he would just decide that just using Toxic there was a good idea. You basically were giving me a free turn, but whatever, it didn't matter because we ended up killing his Toxapex anyway, and Hatterene apparently just destroyed it regardless, and the rest of his team. So yeah, Hatterene did big work here, and Whimsicott also helped out a lot. Well, all it did was just scout and stall, but that's all it really needs to do. Also, it technically did play a pivotal role in stopping Ludicolo from like taking a few mounts with it, because it could have just spammed Hydro Pump if it wasn't here, so very grateful for what it did in this match. And I think that's all we'll do for today, just to keep the video short. So thank you very much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe for more, and I'll be doing one of these every single day except for Sunday. So please subscribe, leave a like, comment below, give me recommendations, do whatever you want. You can contact me on my alt here on Pokemon Showdown. And that's it for today, so have a good day everyone.